doing?
Who, me?
Yes, you. We're the only two in the house, so what are you doing?
Nothing. Oh, I remember. I wanted to ask you about the Atlantic slave trade.
With candy in your hand?
What do you mean?
You just dropped it on the floor. So
Let's just discuss this at the table.
So why are you asking about the Atlantic slave trade? Are you having problems in the history class?
Oh, I just wanted some extra study because finals are creeping up.
Well, when you want to find something out, you should find out what started it. In other words, you should look it up on Google. The Atlantic slave trade was responsible for the forced migration of 12 to 15 million Africans from Africa. 48% of the Africans went to the Caribbean, 41% of the Africans went to Brazil, and only 5% of the Africans made it to America.
Why is that? Why did the Africans get stolen from their homes and their families?
Well, many of the people, the whites and the Europeans, believe that the Africans or even any person of color should be put to work. Because of their automatic social class, the whites and the Europeans really believe in the color people automatically being below them.
I remember how the Africans arrived to their new places now. The Europeans had some help from Africans that would capture other Africans and then traded them to the Europeans in exchange for some goods, like metal tools, fine textiles, or guns. Everyone would travel on ships, and the ships would be very unsanitary. But how come?
15% of the Africans died while traveling on the ships because the ships could hold up to 400 people, each only having 4 square feet of space. They did not have much room as a man in his coffin. The conditions for the men on the bottom of the ship were horrific because they all had to eat, sleep, use the bathroom. The people who didn't die during the journey were bought and sold off like cattle. After this, they were branded somewhere on their body in order to show that the slaves were theirs. Slave owners came up with the idea that if they kept their slaves healthy, then they would reproduce and
Owners could steal and sell their children or use them for work when they grow up, right?
correct.
Thank you a lot for helping me understand more about the Atlantic slave trade.
You are welcome.